So I may have completely accidentally created the world's best driving glasses. And in this video I'm going to explain how it came about and what makes them so good. So hi, I'm Robert, Style and Vision Consultant at the Spectacle Factory, and it's my job to pair you with your perfect pair of glasses. And one of the most important parts of my eyewear collection are my driving glasses. I think it's absolutely crucial to have the right eyewear for driving. Most of us spend a fair amount of time in our cars throughout the year, and it's the time where we're most likely to have a problem. We're most likely to have an accident, of course, and it's the time when our safety is the most important. Everything we do when we drive is dictated by our ability to observe the situation around us and react to potential hazards and react to other drivers as well. And that all comes from our eyesight. You know, we need to see things as clearly as possible. The more clearly we see things, the faster we can react to them, the more safe we're going to be. So I think driving glasses are very important, and there are glasses that you can have made specialised for driving. So I think a good pair of glasses for driving is absolutely crucial, and it's something that everybody should have. And over the years I've of course tried all the different types of driving lenses. It's one of the perks of the job that I can test out these new technologies. And I have to say that compared to all the ones that I've tried, these are the best. So why is that? Well, let's step it back a bit and just explain what these are first of all. So a few weeks ago I filmed a video talking about a pair of sunglasses that I had. It was these, which had a really boring kind of dull brown lens in them. And I just stopped wearing them because they just weren't interesting enough. They weren't in any way better than any of my other sunglasses that I had. And recently I'd watched the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt, where he's wearing these really cool aviator frames, similar to this, but I think with a gold frame or a bronze frame, with an amber coloured lens. It was a little bit more yellow than this. And that kind of inspired me to really reinvigorate these frames. So that's what we did. I went to Zeiss and I said, I want your magma orange lens, and I want it with a sapphire flash coating, which is like a blue reflective finish that you might see off the lens as it catches the sun. And that's not something that's ever been done before. It's not something that's normally available to order. But hats off to the guys at Zeiss. They went to the drawing board and they designed these specifically for me. And it's a one-of-a-kind lens. Although now that we've done it, we know we can do it for other people, which is one of the really cool things. You'll be able to order these from us now. So really I was coming at this purely from a style perspective. I was expecting them to look how they look. I was also expecting to get really good contrast from the orange lens, because orange is a colour that we typically recommend for shooting, so that a shooter can pick out the target at a far distance and really contrast the target very clearly. So those are the two things that I was expecting from them. What I really was not expecting is how good they are for driving and the versatility that I get from these lenses. So these are only about a 50% tint. That means that 50% of the light coming from the sun is going to pass into my eyes, in theory. That shouldn't make them protective enough when it's direct sunlight. But as you can probably tell from the reflection on the lens, I'm facing towards the sun now, and my eyes feel completely comfortable. And that blows my mind, because these should not be dark enough to do that. But if you've watched my recent video about mirrored sunglasses, I think that's what's having the effect. The sapphire flash coating is reflecting away the harsh light from the sun. And let me tell you, it's working miracles. It's amazing. These are fantastic to look through. When you first put them on, they do make things quite orange. If I hold that to the camera, you'll see things do go orange. And that's very noticeable at first. First 10 seconds, you're like, well, this is really weird. After that initial period, certainly within 30 seconds, colours appear natural. I'm not lying. Things are not orange right now when I'm looking through these lenses. Colours seem like normal, and that's the brain correcting the colours that I'm seeing, which is crazy. And as I said, I was not expecting that. So once your mind's kind of reset the colours, you see things as they naturally are, and very vibrantly, because it's a bright lens. You know, it's letting through 50% of the light. It's not like a dark pair of sunglasses that typically block about 80% of light. So I'm seeing things naturally and clearly, but it's still taking away the harsh light from the sun. That I was not expecting, and that has completely blown my mind. The versatility of them. I can drive in these when it's overcast and cloudy, which is what I was expecting. And I can drive in them when it's really sunny, which I was not expecting. I drew a little chart to help demonstrate my point. And drawing is not my strong suit, so please forgive me for this. But this is my scale from 1 to 10. You can see my beautiful sun at the top, my overcast day in the middle, and my attempt at a moon with stars at the bottom. Now don't judge, unless you think you can do better. You probably could. Anyway, the point being that on this scale, most sunglasses I would put, in fact I will draw it, most sunglasses I would put at kind of the 7 or 8 mark. So most sunglasses, let's put that in a different colour for demonstration purposes. So most sunglasses that you buy off the shelf, or even if you buy them in prescription, are going to be in that ballpark there, kind of the 7, 8, 9 region. Definitely not a 10, because most sunglasses are not dark enough for the most extreme sunlight, and definitely not less than, say, 6. Once the sun goes behind the clouds, you're just not going to see very well in your kind of standard sunglasses. Now, these lenses, I kid you not, work well for me between 4 and about that upper limit, about that 8 region. So they're covering all of that area. So kind of from morning to evening, I feel like I can wear these lenses and see things really, really well. And that makes them extremely versatile. And that's what makes them so good for driving, because I've got the contrast, but I can also drive in different conditions, and as the conditions change, I can still see really well. Like I said, the contrast from an orange lens is the best you can get. That's why it's recommended for shooting. You generally wouldn't recommend it for driving because it's too bright, but these somehow work in both respects really well, and that's amazing. Now, if it's 9 or 10 and it's like a really super bright day, or if I was abroad, I know that these would not protect my eyes enough. Even with the mirror finish 50%, it's just not enough for those situations. And that's where my adaptive sun lenses, which I talk about all the time, are brilliant, because they do go from that lower level when they lighten, but they go all the way up to the 10 because they go to like a 97% tint. So you really have the full spectrum with adaptive sun lenses. And that's why I still think they are the best sunglasses in the world. But they don't come in this colour. And for driving, it's the contrast that you want, because the contrast allows you to react quicker, it allows you to judge distances better, it allows you to see things more vibrantly and more naturally. And that's why this magma orange lens combined with the sapphire coating is working so well for my eyes. Now, are they perfect? No. As I said, if they were adaptive sun lenses where they actually went lighter and darker, that would be amazing, but I can't see that ever happening. If they were polarized, would make them slightly better, because on days where the road is wet and the sunlight is reflecting off the wet road, a polarized lens would cut off that glare. And if you didn't see my video about polarized lenses, check that out. It's a shame they aren't polarized, but I can live without that. I don't think polarized is the be all and end all, as I said in that video. And if I could go about it again, I would actually go for a full mirror coating rather than the flash coating. I think if there was just a bit more blue to them, they would look that little bit better. But if you were ordering a pair, we can do that for you. And I'm happy enough with these that I'm definitely not going to change them. I think they're really, really good. As I said, they've completely exceeded my expectations. I've got to give credit to Zeiss for designing this custom lens for me. And if you're interested in something similar, reach out to me. Leave a comment down below and I'll talk to you about how we can design a pair like this for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video, I hope. Thanks guys, bye bye.